everybody is having a start of the fantastic weekend. Great. So, to all the viewers, so again, my name is Christina. I am the face behind the Christina DigiSpace. And I'm here to have a digital dialogue with my business partner from UK. And her name is Fumi. And I'm very honored to have her to have her accepted my invite to be my guest in this Go Live interview. So, Fumi, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hello from the UK. It's morning here still. My name is Fumi, a business partner of Christina. I am a mother of two, a wife, and currently I'm having my main hustle, which is I work on the railway with the signaling department, and I do my business as a side hustle. So yeah, that is Fumi in a nutshell.
Oh, nice. So, I know for me, we haven't really had a other interaction like a face to face like this. Well, live screen to screen like this
Screen to
before.
screen.
So it's really a pleasure for me to getting to know you in this interview. And like you said, I also have a 9 to 5 job, and this is also my side hustle. I do this in the evenings mostly because that's where I function most. I'm not a really morning person, so it's not easy to be able to really juggle things, especially when there's a lot happening in our lives. But this is something
Mm,
that is worth our time, right?
yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how did you get into this business? So how did you find out, and what does it mean to you right now?
Yeah. For me, how I got into this business, funny enough, I saw the ad in lockdown, but I
Oh, okay.
didn't think anything of it. I just passed it by. And then again, there's a lady I follow on YouTube, and she does some. I love what she talks about, and She brought on my mentor, my coach and my mentor to her program, and they were talking about this business, and my inquisitive self, I couldn't help myself but nose into it and say, you know what, I need to find out more about this sound incredible, and that was how I moved made my move into the business, and the rest is history basically. And what this business means to me, it means a lot, because for me, if you talk about business, I shouldn't even be in business today, because I've had my own fair share of, failed attempts. So
Mm-hmm.
if you talk about business, I shouldn't be in this business at all. But I could see something about this business. I saw it was different. I
Mm-hmm.
saw the possibilities, and I thought, I can't let this pass me by. So for me, this business means a lot.
Great. And did you join right away, or did it take you some time?
Watching the before I made the I think when before I watched the webinar, I think maybe that was my where I dragged my heels, because I was like, the webinar. Then, as soon as I watched the webinar, in fact, if I tell you, the webinar for those of us in UK, it's 1 a.m. So I wasn't satisfied watching the replay. I wanted to be. I'm like, I need to see these people are real. They're saying they're going to be up at 1 a.m. I want to find out whether they're telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I was lying beside my husband with my headphones in my head. I'm sure he's thinking, what is this girl up to? And I was listening, all through the night. I stayed up, I listened. And for me, one of the people that made me join this business was a military lady. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
you will know her in our team. She's in America. She's doing really well. And she was talking, and I was like, this can't be true. This can't be true. It was like, it was too good to be. So that was one of the people that made me really sign up. And I signed up that night. Believe it
Oh,
or not, I
wow.
was scrambling looking for my credit card in the dark.
Wow, wow. So you really got convinced, and with the and like you said, it's history from there.
Yeah.
So with that said, for me, I mean, obviously we have some uncertainties, some fears. Did you experience this when since you started and from now? And just wanted to know how you overcome that.
Yeah, for me, the fears and uncertainties for me was obviously I dived into it. Then, as you know, when you take when you take that step of joining and becoming, going to the next stage of the webinar, for me, when I got to find out what it was, I think for me it was like the fear of I wasn't social media savvy.
Mm.
I never had a Facebook page. I never had, so for me, those were my fears. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I could see the end goal, but how to get there, I saw those as an obstacle. And for me, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How is this ever going to work for me? Because I was not social media savvy. Even my kids were not on social media, as even though they're teenagers. And for me, that was like, it almost stopped me. But for me, I love a challenge. Like I said, what kept me up at 1 a.m. in the morning, I thought, no, this is not going to pass me by. Whatever it takes is going to, I'm going to do it. And how I was able to overcome that was I decided to learn. I decided to take that first step of saying, you know what, I'm going to choose to overcome. It's just like you having a fear of maybe flying or fear of,
Mhm.
we all have our fears and on, things you are uncertain about. It's just about you saying, this is not going to defeat me. This is not going to stop me from achieving what I see as a as a something that is very at my very fingertips, just because of the fear of I don't want to put myself out there. I mean, a few months ago, if you had told me I'll be sitting down here having an interview with you, I will be kicking myself, because even when I joined the Facebook, my daughter helped me as well, which
Yeah.
was a good thing. My older daughter helped me, and
Mm-hmm.
mom, you can do it, mom, you can do it. And even till today, she still helps me. She's the one that checks my videos for me, checks and say, oh, mom, yeah, that's good. Even the webinar, the way I present it, because I present it differently, to what is being done. She will be like, oh, mom, yeah, that's good. I will be the one to do the work. Don't get me wrong. But I still need her to kind of say, is this good
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not? So that way I had support in that way from my family as well. And our training is so, like I said to people, it's comprehensive, yes, so easy to follow. So all these fears I had about how to set up my Facebook and all that, it was all step by step in the training. So I mean, those just kind of alleviated my fears, and I was able to overcome it, and now I'm talking to you basically.
I've kind of interviewed quite a lot of our business partners, and one of the common things that I find in this question is we all were not tech savvy,
Hmm.
and we all were not like a very hardcore social media users. I
Hmm.
mean, I post, yes, but I don't go into the more technical part of
Yeah.
Facebook, like advertising, scheduling posts, and what have you.
Mm,
And you're right, we have a very comprehensive training material that we follow step by step in order to achieve that task that we want to do using
yeah.
social media, right? So
Yeah.
I cannot, I'm a very private person as well. I don't like to put myself out there. But with this business, you
Yeah.
have to be active in social media. You need to know how to engage your customers,
Mm,
engage your audience. And we're learning as we go along, right?
exactly.
And I think with this interview, I am the same. I couldn't imagine myself doing this go live interview with myself, let alone with another
Mm,
person. It's crazy.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So you said you've joined since 2020, correct?
No,
And
no, no. That's when I saw the ad.
that's when you saw the ad.
Yeah, I
And
only joined
so,
last year. Yeah.
all right, got it. So then right now, from there till today,
Yeah.
my next question would be, what are your, like, maybe share your small successes. What's
Yeah.
going well currently in your business?
Yeah, what's going well in my business currently is the fact that, like I said, it's taking me from somebody that was so unsure of, of the business world, you saying I will go on to being an entrepreneur, not to talk of an online entrepreneur. That
Mhm.
is a big, big thing for me.
Yeah.
If you know where my background and where I'm coming from,
Mhm.
because of, like I said, I had an issue in 2009 where things didn't go well, and I spent so much, and I didn't even get half of what I'm getting now. And that for me is a big thing. The support, the community we have, that for me it's mind-blowing, because I've never, like I always say, this business is a business like no other, because I've never seen what I'm seeing right now in our business with any other business. And so for me, that is a big thing, because not only, I mean, when we talk about the wins, the financial aspect is unbelievable. Let's not even speak much about that, because
Yeah.
just think of the process, what it helps you do. It makes you become a very comfortable person. Things that you never thought you will do, you find yourself doing them now, and not just doing them well, you
Mm-hmm.
know
Oh.
so the learning of it, for me, it's really good. I mean, I know how many years did I leave school? Over 25 years thereabout, I left school. And for me, it's learning, and learning a new thing, learning to do something new, even at this stage of my life. It's really, really, it's really good. And the fact that, not while you're doing all this, you can meet up with people that you will never have dreamt of. I will never have met you, for
Oh
example.
yes, I would have
And
never
I'm
met
sure
you
you
too.
wouldn't have met me either. So, this is what this it draws you in, because most business, you're competing with each other. Oh, I don't want Christina to know what is working for me. I don't want Fumi to know what's working for me. That's what it is with most businesses, because you are in competition. As even though we're doing the same thing, we're pulling each other up. And
Mhm.
that for me is one of the things that blows my mind about this business. And for the things that are working, people joining my business. I have downlines. Some are not even in the country where I am right now. So that's amazing. And one of them messaged me last night. For me, it's more than a business. I always say to people, because she was going through some things, and she just messaged me out of the blue, 2 days ago, and we got chatting, and she was pouring her heart out to me. This is what this business does. And that's, for me, it gives me so much joy that it's not just about the business. Even our personal lives is intertwined. I will never have met her if not for this business, you understand. So
Mhm.
these are things that, for me, it's just beautiful to see that this business is not just about, yes, the financial aspect is good. When I get that alert on my phone, when I get those emails telling me there's been deposit in my account, oh, I love that. But much more than that, this
Mhm.
business is making me into somebody else that I never thought I could see myself, reaching out to people I've never met before, and we're talking and chatting as if I've known them for years. That
Yeah.
for me is really good. And this business, I tell you,
Yeah.
there's none like it out there. That's the truth about it. So there's so many things that you can do in this business, and all you have to do is just find what works for you.
Yeah.
Basically, what works for you. I do adverts, I do posting. And for
Mhm.
me, it's like storytelling. This business, you have to know how to tell the story, whether
Mhm.
through your adverts, whether through one of my adverts is doing well now as well. In this business, is reaching out. Somebody messaged them, left a comment on my one of the ads today, and was telling me that what I said in the ad was so true, because I was talking about my life, because this business is about your life. I do
Mhm.
shift work, it has a toll on you. And
Yeah.
the lady was saying, I identify with you. You know, you do all these things. He said, even my family has abandoned me now in my pain. And she was saying on that comment, what you're saying is so true. And you see, when you do things like that, you touch lives. People that I don't know her even till now. You know, she just left that comment on my phone, on my ad. So these are the things that, you know, this business does. Those are the things for me. Those are the things that are working also for me. So, like I said, apart from the financial aspect, those kind of human touch, you know, how you can touch a human being you've never met before in that way, for
Mm-hmm.
me, it speaks volume.
Yeah, well, that was really beautiful for me. I mean, um, and one thing I really can agree with you is the community in our business
Mm,
is really something else
yeah.
because we support each other. Like you
Mm,
said, there's no such thing as there's no competition
mm,
or like I don't want for me to know what I'm doing or
mm,
whoever is in our business partners what I don't want them to know what I'm doing because it's a secret. No, it's more of no, this is what I did. It worked
mhm.
for me. Maybe it will work for you, and we
Yeah.
help each other to become better at strategic
Mm,
thinking, right?
yeah.
Strategies that we can also apply in our business. So
Mm,
why create it from scratch when
yeah.
something is already working and you
Yeah.
can use that and they don't even mind if you apply that to your business, right?
Exactly.
They don't get upset like, hey,
No.
you stole my idea, blah blah.
Yeah.
Not like that at all. I mean,
Mm,
we are a group and we help each other,
yeah.
and like you said, paying it forward as well is another
Yeah.
thing, and being a mentor like you and I. And yes, I don't have direct people under me yet, but I know that one day I want to pay this forward as well.
Yeah.
Share what you've learned and
Yeah.
make and pass that on to them because
Yeah.
it made me a better person. It's
Yes.
making me a better person. And
Mhm.
there's always continuous learning, continuous growth in this business. And again, Funmi, I know you said to me a while ago you were completely busy. I
Mm,
was also very busy in the past couple of weeks, but we do put time
time.
to make it happen. We
Yes.
find time to make it work. And I think
Hmm.
that's yes, for the viewers who are listening right now and who's going to be listening to this replay, this is something you can see the pattern of all the interviews that I've made. It's the same thing, and there's no doubt about it that this
Mm,
is legit, that this is a golden opportunity,
yeah.
and this is a business with a community that really supports each other, and you will
Yeah.
learn, and you will make that success happen
Yeah.
because you get inspired by these
Yeah.
business partners that we have.
Yes.
Great. So I really love that. And I guess my last question for you for today, and I don't want to keep you from this beautiful weather and a beautiful weekend. So I just wanted to maybe ask you what could be the insight that you want to share to the viewers that we have right now that you think would be important for them to hear.
Yeah, what I would love to share with the viewers is that, you know, if you're sitting thinking of it, you know, you want to do something different. I always say to people, if you're doing the same thing but expecting a different result, it won't happen. This
Mm-hmm.
time next year, you will still be doing the same thing you're doing. But for me, like I said to you, just you need to take that bold step of faith. You need to step out of your comfort zone. I stepped out of mine. Christina stepped out of hers. In the busyness of life, we still manage to do this business. And like I was speaking to one of my, prospects yesterday, and he was saying, "Oh, you know what? I haven't watched the webinar." I said, "If you haven't watched the webinar, you can't do this business."
True. I agree.
Because it's just like you going to what you're doing now. They turned you down so many times before you eventually got whatever it is you're doing now. You didn't sit at home and say, "Oh, that first company turned me down, so I'm not going to do anything about it."
Yeah. Yeah.
You looked for another thing to do, and
Mm-hmm.
another thing until you got the one you're doing now. So if you know you really want to change your life, I would advise you have this. Just check it out.
Yeah.
Listen to the webinar. It starts from there. But if you think you can't listen to the webinar, this business is not for you. because there's so much learning, like we've spoken about already in this business. And the more you learn, the more you get better at what you're doing. And the more it turns your life around, it changes your life. The military lady I was talking about that made me join this business, she's far gone in this business. She's a single mom, and yet she's really making good progress. But if she has sat down and said, oh, I'm a military person, I don't need this, I don't need that, you know, she
you
would
can
be
easily
where
say
she,
that, right?
yeah,
She's
because
doing
you
well.
can.
So,
Military is a good place to
yeah,
work, isn't it?
yes, exactly.
And like, I mean, I'm sure with Christina as well, like myself as well, the railway is a good place to work. The only thing is the problem I have is the shift. It's telling on me now. I turned 50 last year, and now my body is not doing as it used to do in the younger years.
Oh, I can relate to that. For
And
me,
like I'm saying, you know, I can't continue this. You know, the retirement age in London, in the UK, is 65, 67, whichever it is. So I have another 14 years to go.
yeah.
I don't think I have that 14 years to give. And that's what brought me to this business. So if you're out there thinking, you know, I need to do something, do it. It
Yeah,
takes nothing from you. You know, the 30 days money back guarantee, that's how sure we are of our business.
correct.
So you get it back, no questions asked. But if you don't do nothing, nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing changes, right? So I completely resonate with that. And you know, there's never too early to prepare for your retirement. And why would you wait for the retiring age when you can afford to retire early, right?
Yes.
So I'm also in this business because I'm preparing for the golden years. I'm preparing for the retiring age, and we're all going to get there eventually, right?
Yeah.
It's inevitable. Everybody's
Yes.
going to go through that phase. So why wait then when you can do something now?
No. Yeah.
And like what Funmi said, and I love what you said, that doesn't take anything. You just have to watch the webinar, and we're not forcing anybody to really join the group, but
Yeah.
we're leaving the decision up to you. It's a free
Yeah.
choice. It's a choice that you can only make for yourselves. It's not going to be us, it's you. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you will be the one who will commit to this business, because this is going to be yours. So thank you so much for that, Funmi. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed this interview, and thank you for the beautiful insights that you've shared to the viewers.
Thank
And
you.
to everybody out there, we've just said there's a webinar that you can watch to get insights about how this business is, what this business can offer you, what the whole community can offer to you, and get inspired by the business owners that is in that webinar, and they will share their success, hear their success stories, and ask yourself, is this something that's for me? Can I commit? If all that answer is yes, then let's get started. So
Yeah.
you can visit our business page in the Facebook, and sign up on that link that we have in our pages, and we will see you in the inside. So have a good weekend, everybody, and thank you again so much for me for your time despite of your busy day.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right. So bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.